You know, one of my favorite memories of you, Jim, is the day you and I got sick. So deathly sick by smoking some of these big cigars that Pastor Bruce gave us on our Brainerd trip. So that will always stick in my memory because we lost an entire round of golf because of those cigars.
We'd have to go to site visits together and just kind of conversations in the car. And I would also say when he didn't know my name for the first about year and a half or 2 years, because he'd just say, "Hey guy," every time he walked past my desk, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey Jim."
How happy he is. He always has a ready smile, great laugh. And I love that when he's in on a daily basis, he will come and say hi to each of us individually and make sure that he hasn't missed anyone.
And every morning, Jim came around and said hi to everybody.
When Kathy and I first moved to town, we didn't really know anybody, so we did quite a bit with Jim and Laura. They were nice to take us in, and so we ate dinner at their house fairly often.
Some of my favorite memories with Jim was golfing and his infamous foot wedge.
You're gonna bury that ball in there. Where'd it go?
Again, Jim, you've taught me to be patient and kind, and always gave me a positive outlook on life. So I really do appreciate that very much.
He has taught me to be an authentic person, and that is both in the office and out of the office. He's taught me what commitment means, what working hard means. He's taught me to be a person of my word, and he's taught me to enjoy life, to be content, to be happy, and to really just be thankful for what I have.
Actually, it's crazy, but I think I've adapted one of his mannerisms now, and I'll actually catch myself saying, "What? What?"
Jim has taught me really what it means to be a good engineer, to value contractors' input and clients' input into the design, and just to be a reasonable user.
Patience with clients and just keep plugging away because there's always going to be changes.
Jim has taught me that wisdom, hard work, and dedication equal a successful career.
Jim has been a great leader over the years. He's built a foundation that we're trying to build on, and he's taught us so much about ourselves and how to run a company.
Have fun at work and not take it so seriously.
How to have fun at work, not take work so seriously, as well as family comes first.
I think Jim's taught me to be patient. In the old days, we used to always talk about Jim as kind of the anchor partner in the firm.
Donuts. So you break them in half to release the calories. If you didn't know, that's Jim's secret.
How to be a better leader, I think. He leads really well around work and around people, and you can see that through his work relationships and things like that. And so just seeing that and wanting to kind of mirror that in the future for myself, I think that was probably one of the bigger lessons he's taught me.
The biggest thing that Jim has taught me is about integrity. He is such a man of faith, and he lives his faith every day and has integrity in his personal life and his professional life. And I think that it's been this really very positive influence on everyone who's come into contact with him.
Jim has taught me all about computers and technology. Anytime I need help, he'll come to my desk and show me how to use a program, and how to fix a computer, and how to reboot, and how to open an email.
When I think of Jim, also, I think of your kindness.
When I think of Jim, I think of someone who loves life, is really happy, works very hard, and is just really fun and enjoyable to be around.
A big smile and donuts that apparently Ashley likes better than he does.
When I think of Jim, I think of sawing logs and how much he enjoys tractors and front end loaders and everything to do with the outdoors.
Laughter. I mean, when I think of Jim, I think of him coming down and asking me when the next time I'm going to break donuts. And he's always looking for the snacks and sweets around our desks.
When I think of Jim, I think of
when I think of Jim, I think of a really humble person and a humble engineer, and someone who's always putting others first.
He's always happy, well-grounded, very, very experienced.
I think of donuts.
A wise old man.
A wise professional.
And you know, the thing I think I'm going to miss most of all is your personality and taking you on marketing calls with us together, because it was such a hoot, because most clients thought we were an old married couple.
I'm going to miss everything. I'm going to miss us getting lattes in the morning, grabbing lunch together, running to the bank, just all those little interactions that we have every day. Him stopping by my desk 15 times a day just to say hi. And I'm really going to miss him and Brady's banter, their laughter, just his friendly, happy spirit. I'm really going to miss seeing every day.
I'm probably gonna miss Jim's smiling face the most. I don't think there's a time where he's not smiling. So it's always kind of a breath of fresh air to see someone walking around like that.
What are you going to miss?
Brian, what I'm going to miss most is
I'm going to miss his daily rounds of saying good morning and looking for food.
I'm going to miss the daily banter between him and somebody downstairs. He always comes down to give us a hard time.
And Jim, I want to wish you the very best in your retirement, and I don't want you to be a stranger to the company that you helped create here at Frank O'Brien Mueller Associates. So, good luck. We'll see you around.
Dad, you really deserve this, and I'm really happy for you in the next phase of life, and I feel just very honored and privileged to have spent the last 8 years working beside you, and I'm just really going to miss that. And just visit often, come bring lattes.
Jim, you have brightened my life on a daily basis. I will miss you, but I would ask that you would continue to pray for me daily.
Jim, thanks for all the mentoring you've done for me over the years. You truly will be missed, and I also want to say thank you very much for giving me the confidence to be an integral part of the company's next 30 years. Truly is a blessing. Thank you so much, and happy retirement.
Just wish you the best of luck in your retirement and hope you enjoy every minute of it. You deserve it.
I just want to wish Jim well, and I hope he enjoys retirement. I hadn't thought too much about him retiring at the end of the year, and then right before Christmas I was in the office one night late, and I went upstairs to look for something, and all Jim's stuff was gone from his desk, and it was really kind of a shock, but I'm sure he'll enjoy it, and I hope he has many, many years of a happy and healthy retirement.
Have a blast, and don't forget to come and visit us, and we'll always keep donuts and sweets around for you.
Thanks for teaching me how to be an engineer. Enjoy your retirement.
Have fun playing in your shed. I'm jealous.
have fun, and remember to answer your phone when I call asking you some more questions.
So I hope very much to see him on out as regular, but certainly see him again.
This isn't goodbye. This is see you later.
Really? You made me turn it back on for that?
Yeah.
I'm Rosemary McMonagle with McMonagle Architects. Jim and I have worked together for 38 years, which means most every project we've done is imprinted with Jim's structural DNA. Jim has solved problems, offered options, sketched ideas, and explained countless details. He has crawled through dusty attics and damp cellars, well, usually after me, to locate that beam-bearing point, elusive footing, or cracked timber. While finding practical ways to keep costs down, Jim has saved our clients countless dollars. Of course, Jim has been practicing responsible stewardship with us long before green became popular. We always hoped that our historic buildings and adaptive reuse projects gave Jim the challenge he needed. I can't tell you how many times I heard Jim say, "This doesn't figure. How is it standing?" We did learn that it is best said when the client isn't there. We all know that Jim is a fantastic engineer. Yeah. But what is most important to me is Jim's honesty and integrity. It has made our years of working together delightful. I have countless stories to tell about Jim, and one in particular comes to mind. We have a client in Le Sueur with an 1800s farmstead and have worked with them for years on a number of projects. Jim had done structural for the projects but never met the clients, John and Katha. They decided to restore an old stone barn, which was very unusual and not like any barn I had seen or worked on. I decided that Jim needed to see the barn to help figure it out. Katha and John are some of the smartest people I know, and John is a history buff. Jim gets there, and we're talking about post-beetle infestation of the timbers and mortar deterioration, when suddenly John launches into an hour-long lecture on the stone and masons who built it, and how the masons emigrated from a small town in Germany. Jim nodded and waited patiently, then explained that his own relatives had come from the same small town. We didn't get anything else done structurally that day, but we made a lifetime connection with the client. Yes, Jim and I agree, business is all about the relationships you build. One last story. When you talk to someone every week and most days, you get to know them personally. Jim and I are close friends. What you probably don't know is that Jim Kreck has the same initials as my husband, Jim Corba. One day someone in the office said, "Rosemary, the phone is for you. It's JK." I assumed it was my husband. We had had a few words that morning and I was feeling a bit frosty. So I answered the phone frostily and it turns out it was Jim Kreck. We've never stopped laughing about it. Jim, thanks for being such a fantastic mentor and friend these 38 years.
Gosh, I think we probably met Jim about 15 years ago. I think it might have been maybe a golf event down at St. Olaf, and I know we met his twin brother Brent, and had a lot of fun. A lot of fun with Jim. Always admired his silver hair and his kind of his cool glasses he always wore.
I was always really impressed that he brought his dogs to work. You know, first was Beamer, and I don't remember the second dog's name, but I know Jim is a
Jim's
huge
a dog. He's a dog
lover.
I thought Jim was the bald one.
Yeah.
The bald one?
No.
Huh?
What's on the?
Isn't he the one?
It's on the card.
He's this. No, wait a minute. That's a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, is he this?
That's.
Is he this? Is he? I've got the card, so we should know. There's no name.
That's this year's card. I don't even think Jim's in that card because he retired.
There he is.
Maybe it's a short one.
Is he the one with his underpants on?
That's him.
That's
him. Well, I think we might have had it wrong.
That every time I golf with Jim, and he always tells a great story, and I said, "Well, who was that with?" And Jim's like, "You know what? I can't remember that person's name." And I went, "Jim, you can never remember anyone's name. I'm surprised that you remember that I come to this golf outing with you." He's like, "That's because, Mike, I write it down and it's the same time every year and I know you're coming." I'm like, "Oh boy."
You know what I always appreciated about Jim, though? If you're running short on golf balls, just play behind him. Oh, wait a minute, that's Brady.
Yeah,
That's Brady. Yeah, Jim hits straight. Brady does.
Yeah, but Jim's bag is always open, so I follow behind him and the balls just fall
They
out.
fall out. All right.
You guys are clowns. The thing that I most remember about Jim, or my best memory, is his clothes, his t-shirts, his sweatshirts. That they're always a color that shouldn't be worn by an adult man, but he tells me his wife always buys them for him.
Well, he wears those shorts and then he wears white socks and black shoes all the time.
Obviously, he doesn't get coordinated when he leaves the house in the morning.
It might be an engineering thing.
Could be. Intelligent.
He's an engineer? I thought he was an architect.
Well, his twin brother's an architect.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the twin brother.
I met the twin brother once. You know, he really, in general, laughs a lot, so he kind of makes me laugh.
Boy,
That's the memory I have. So yeah, a lot of laughing.
lots of laughing. There's never been a time I've been been around Jim that we haven't laughed our stinging butts up about something.
Remember about Jim working with him is he always seems to attract the same type of people. And so we always seem to get along with his clients, with our competitors who are on the trip, his friends. It's always the same kind of group,
Yep.
which is a lot of fun.
To me, Jim's one word for Jim is genuine. He is a guy that just through and through, he's genuine, and you see it in the people that he attracts and the people he is drawn to himself. That's
I think that's what drew us to the firm in the first place.
Right.
Is the people, and when you deal with guys like Jim and Brady, they're really special, and you don't find that characteristic in firms, and it radiated down through that entire firm, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think to echo that, every time I called, I never got a no. It may take me a little bit longer than normal, but I never got a no.
The other part of that is when you have an opportunity to bring a group into a project, there's nobody within the group, and it starts from the top down. There's nobody within the group that you feel uncomfortable putting in front of a client. It's a great group, top to bottom, and that starts at the top. Credit to Jim or Brady.
Jim or one of them.
Well, but
confused.
At the conclusion of those meetings, though, you always had to remind Jim who he was talking to at the end.
That's
We
true.
walked back
Yep.
to the car.
Yep.
These were the names of the people you just met, Jim. Make sure you write them down.
Yep.
Yeah, I got that.
Don't cut your fingers off with those saws over at your place. You're gonna have an awful lot of time, and your memory's gonna deteriorate. And as your memory deteriorates, you gotta be careful. So have fun over there and enjoy what you're doing, and don't be a stranger. Come back.
Yeah, definitely enjoy the tractor time. I know you've been dreaming about finishing up those long lost projects of refurbishing the tractors and maybe even collecting some more. So don't tell Laura, but I'm sure that's going to happen.
That's right. We'll stay in touch.
Yes, don't be a stranger. That's a must. Don't be a stranger.